Hi Jennifer, welcome. I'm doing well. How about you? Thank you for asking. I'm glad you're doing well. Yes. Thank you for seeing that I'm live. Shout out to Jennifer. Thank you. Thank you for the like. Welcome. Leave a like or leave your name in the comment section if you want me to shout you out. I'm doing shout outs. Shout out to Stephen. Hi Jessica, thank you for joining. Shout out to Brooke. You're welcome. Shout out to Camden. Hello, welcome. Leave your name in the chat if you want me to shout you out. Also leave a like. Shout out to Alani. Yes, shout out to Ace. Shout out to, hi Erica. Shout out to Eve. Shout out to Eve. Shout out to Brody. Shout out to Mora. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Lucas. Shout out to Hiren. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Jasper. Excuse me. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Areli. Shout out to Sila. Shout out to Hasini. Shout out to Kinley. Shout out to Amy. Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to Clarice. Shout out to Prakar. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Safa. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Genevieve. Shout out to Cambry. Shout out to Lily. Shout out to Timothy. Shout out to Lainey. Shout out to Elsina. No, Eslina. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Danny. Shout out to Yanti. Shout out to Kristen. Shout out to Nairobi. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Ness. Shout out to David. Shout out to Faith. Shout out to Moscow. Shout out to Carson. Shout out to Carson. Oh, Carson, yeah. Shout out to Sutton. Shout out to Vincent. Shout out to Armand. Shout out to Vin. Shout out to Oliver. Yes, shout out to Carson Popcheese. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Blossom. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Sophie. Shout out to Kurt. Shout out to Lexi. Like and subscribe if you enjoy my shout outs. Shout out to Yashi. Shout out to Ada. Shout out to Nazwa. Shout out to Oliver. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Pablo. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Emily. Shout out to Ravimani. Shout out to Lavender. Shout out to Gerard. Shout out to Lola. Shout out to Remedy. Shout out to Samantha. Shout out to Ruka. Shout out to Kayla. Shout out to Nyla. Shout out to Leslie. Shout out to Mirab. Shout out to Giska. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Melissa. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Harley. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Corey. Shout out to Violet. Shout out to Cashin. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Whoops, I spelled it wrong. Shout out to Sage. Shout out to Charlotte. Shout out to Ness. Shout out to Melanie. Shout out to Ileana. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. No, how do you spell it? Iana. Iana. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Kylie. Shout out to Pinky. Shout out to Bella. Shout out to Rommel J. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Melanie Pareja. Melanie. Shout out to Lainey. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Yashi. Shout out to Raven. Shout out to Faith. Shout out to Ari. Shout out to Peter. Shout out to Azalea. Shout out to Freya. Shout out to Maria. Shout out to Araya. Shout out to Josie. Shout out to Ria. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Monique. Shout out to Maddie. Shout out to Louisa. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Vash. Shout out to Millie. Shout out to Hansel. Shout out to Jeffer. Shout out to Cybella. Shout out to John Sell. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Mitchell. Shout out to Yensi. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Talitha. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Sarmila. Shout out to Zainab. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Karina. Shout out to Jaden. Shout out to Camila. Shout out to these people. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Freya. Shout out to Zaro. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Sadie. Shout out to Alexia. Shout out to Sadie. Oh, Sadie already got you. Shout out to Rinku. Farhan. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Michaela. Shout out to Marilyn. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Amelia. Shout out to Alila. Oh no, how do you spell that? Alila, there we go. Okay. Shout out to Charlie. Shout out to Nastasia. Shout out to Sophie. Shout out to Delilah. Or Dalila. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Ishan. Shout out to Sadie. Shout out to Jean Rose. Shout out to Layla. Shout out to Dana. Shout out to Naomi. Shout out to Casey. Shout out to Annabelle. Shout out to Freya. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Isabella. Shout out to Lienka. Shout out to Crizzle. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Kendra. Shout out to Jenica. Shout out to Sana. Shout out to Marlene. Marlene. Shout out to Anaya. Shout out to Amirs. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Yoselin. Shout out to Micah or Mika. Shout out to 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 Jazzy. Shout out to Wendy. Shout out to Irina. Shout out to Ramani. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Nastasia, I got you right here. Shout out to Violet. Shout out to Joaquina. Shout out to Juki. Shout out to Ababel. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Juris. Shout out to, is it Dyla? Dayla, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Jessa. Shout out to Charlotte. Shout out to Auralia. Shout out to Kiramtat. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Juliet. Shout out to Kyle. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Aiden. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Kirama. Shout out to Areli. Shout out to Hope. Shout out to Isaiah. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Write your name in the chat if you want me to shout you out. Shout out to Blakia. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Cosma Star. Shout out to Laughlin. Shout out to Elohim. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Uvena. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Mariana. Shout out to Endcat. Shout out to Alicia, or Alicia, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Joker. Shout out to Sequoia. Shout out to Kailma. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Write your name in the chat if you want me to shout you out. Shout out to Lamaya. Shout out to Sarika. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the shout outs. Shout out to Cloda. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Mariella. Shout out to Mebon. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Mirishka. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Median. Shout out to Tegan. Shout out to Katya. Shout out to Yin. Shout out to Savannah. Shout out to Sarah. Shout out to Katrina. Shout out to Sarah. Oh wait, I got Sarah right here. Shout out to Nikki. Shout out to Leon. Shout out to Kimberly. Shout out to Romy. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Emily. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Bargavi. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Horion. Shout out to Aurora. Shout out to Branson. Shout out to Molly. Shout out to Frida. Shout out to Leo. Shout out to Alexis. Shout out to Mila. Shout out to Leo. Oh, Leo, I got you. Alexis. Shout out to Darlene. Shout out to Gianna. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Corina. Shout out to Kirsten. Shout out to Miriam. Shout out to Sahara. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Bella. Shout out to Sarai. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Jenny. Shout out to Zor. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Poliana. Shout out to Christian. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Mimi. Shout out to Kalira. Shout out to Layla. Shout out to Lilo. Shout out to Jeanette. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Keegan. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to these people. Subscribe if you like my shout outs. I also post other content that I hope you can check out and support me. Please subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. Also, thank you for taking the time to write your name. I live stream every day. So thank you for being here. Have a great day or have a great night. Take care. Bye.